Hello there guys, Galixa here, and today I'm going to show you a vertical takeoff and landing craft I have made in Space Engineers. I'm very proud of it. I think it looks really good. It's the first large ship I've put up on the channel, and even though in my previous video I said I'd be showing you the other ships I was working on, I think they look like trash. So maybe I'll show you them later, but for now this is the only one that I think looks good enough, and I think it's cool enough to put up in the workshop. This is my first vertical takeoff and landing craft, and has a lot of firsts in it for me as far as putting scripts go and just new stuff for me, so I learned a lot through this craft, and as I will say later in the video, I'm really open to your guys' comments and concerns and questions about it. So in the comment section, if you have anything remotely related that you want to ask or inquire about, go ahead, because my ears are definitely open. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and let's get on with it. Alright guys, so we're here out in space with my new ship that I've built. Now it's a large ship, which is kind of obvious, and it's got these 4 large nacelles, engine nacelles, that are its VTOL thrust that tilt and turn, so when it's on a planet you can fly it correctly. So this is it. If we go around back, you'll see I have a really large ion thruster right here, and this kind of bank of atmospheric thrusters and these 2 tail fins, and this design was actually on a guy named Bruce Liedl. He made a creation called the Higher End Medevac. He's very popular on the Steam Workshop, and he put this sort of design in his Higher End Medevac, so all credits go to him for that. I think it looks really cool personally on mine. We have the aviation lights standard with the red on the left and the green on the right. We have a lag spike, and then we have some ion thrusters, a bit of a assembler bit sticking out there. And then if we come to the front of the cockpit, I made this hammerhead looking kind of cockpit. I think it looks pretty cool. I really like the paint job. But yeah, let's go inside and I'll show you guys that. So we have like a standard docking port here, and if we go inside, never mind, we'll make the whole room depressurized because I didn't shut that door. Not smart. And we'll just come in and shut the door. This is the main room. Now it's kind of simple, and that's because I'm still not a very good shipbuilder, so again, any suggestions by you guys is extremely welcome. We have a bit of conveyors going crazy up to the cockpit. We have some programmable blocks that are running some scripts in the other room. And then we have 2 cryo chambers. This is supposed to be a 2-person ship. So first let's go back to the engineering room. I have labels up here too. And if we go back here, this is basically our cargo containers, our batteries, our gravity drives under here, and then this programmable block is running the script that allows you to turn the rotors. I figured it was much more crucial than all the other scripts, so I put it back here where it's kind of protected. And on the batteries, I think it's probably a good idea. Before putting this up on the workshop, I might replace these with reactors, because I don't think these have enough power. When you like try and go forward and stuff, it like tells you you can only do it for like 24 minutes, and that's just BS. So I might need to fix that. I like using batteries, but it has reactors. It has 2 reactors. There's one right there, but apparently it wasn't enough. So it has one assembler right here with a efficiency module on it. I don't really know, like, what's the point of having an assembler in a ship if you don't have a refinery, because I don't have a refinery, but, I thought I'd try to make it a little bit more survival-esque. And the ship is vanilla, if I didn't already mention. There are scripts, but, that doesn't count. So up here we have a sign going to the bridge. This really isn't the bridge right here. This is like a command and control room I made, and it's got these scripts running on the LCDs. We have one for the ship layout, which I just think looks super cool. We have no damage blocks. We have 2 leaking vents. One's an exterior vent, and the other one, I don't know what's wrong with that. So, and it tells us over here stuff like the hull integrity, the leaking vents. Then over here we have ship stats, the time, power, and then cargo down there. So that's pretty cool. I have never done that on a ship before, so this is my first time in Space Engineers learning how to use scripts and put them on LCDs and do cool stuff like that. And I'll put the scripts I'm using down in the description. I probably couldn't remember the names of the people that made them, so I'll just write them down there and you guys can go check them out if you'd like. Alright, so here's the main flight deck, if you will. And we have 3 control stations, even though there's only supposed to be 2 people on this ship. And that's just because I'm OCD and I didn't want to put one on one side and not on the other. I like symmetry. I'm a symmetry freak. And as you can see, I have a little bit of a rotor deal going here. So Clang is riding with us, but It's got these little scripts running for the screens there. I haven't hooked all of them up. This one on the right is supposed to be running fancy flight info, but I can't get it to work for some reason. And then these two I haven't gotten to yet, and that's going to be a compass bearing, but it says air, no natural gravity, because we're not on a planet. So I think this is pretty cool. I've never done this before. You know, people do this in their other builds, so I learned that from others, and then I use the rotor and put a small head on it, so you can have these small blocks. Only problem is when you jump in, you can only see about half of the LCDs. So before I put up on the workshop, I think I'm going to push them back farther, and obviously get the scripts loaded up. Also, this chair is sitting on a deconstructed block partially, and even though that rotor's in the way, it's so you can look down and still kind of see the ground, because this ship will be landing on planets frequently. I made these windows down here, and I deconstructed that block, a technique I've seen used before. I haven't seen it used like this, so you can look through it down, but I just thought it'd be a really good idea, and I really like it. Yeah, so that's pretty much everything, I think. I'm really proud of this ship. I've never really built anything this cool. This space right here, I'm still trying to decide what to do with here. I could put another LCD here, or I could put like a passenger chair. I have no idea. So, but yeah, that's about it. And it is capable of going down to the planet, and it would be a travesty if we were to not demonstrate that. So I will go down to a planet, and I will start recording again when I see you guys down there. Alright, until then, bye-bye. Alright guys, we're back down on a planet, and I have landed this thing. I forgot to mention when I was up in space, but it has 2 landing gears and this small little hub here, and it has spotlights too for landing, which currently aren't on. So this thing is kind of tricky to maneuver, which you guys will probably see once I get in it and start flying it, because of those thrusters and those rotors. The reason I'm able to control the thrusters with just WASD is I'm using the script that I talked about on the programmable block that's in the engineering section. It's called Whip's Rotor Thruster Manager, and it's super useful, and that's what I've been using it for. But it's not perfect. It still has its bugs. Like sometimes when you turn the VTOL up or down to like change the angle of the thrusters, the ship will suddenly like pitch to the right or left, which isn't good because it doesn't have any doesn't have much atmospheric thrust that's actually attached to the craft. The only like stuff that's not on a rotor is back here in the tail, and those help the stability. But so yeah, hopefully everything goes well when we get in and fly it. Previously on another attempt of recording this, I crashed, as you can see, and it made a large divot and blew up nearly half the ship, so let's just hope that doesn't happen this time. So, while we're tilted on this wildly steep hill, we'll try and climb up to the bridge, and walk in here, and get in our chair. Alright, so I have on this hotbar a bunch of stuff. Number 1 is to reverse the rotors. Number 2 is the lock for the rotors, and those are the engine nacelles. Number 3 is the programmable block. I just put this because, like, usually when you're in space, you don't need the atmospheric thrusters, and usually you just put a thing to turn the atmospheric thrusters off, like I have on number 8. The only problem is with Whip's Rotor Thruster Manager script, it turns them off and on a bunch, like, every other second, trying to compensate for different things, even if you're in space, so you have to actually turn the programmable block off if you want that to work. So I also have the lights on the toolbar there, and the vent, which we should probably open to refill our oxygen tanks. And yeah, so let's get this thing started up. The ship is on. We're going to need to, I think we press 8 first. I've screwed this up before. So we press 8. We turn all the thrusters on. They should be spinning. Yes, all of them are spinning. Then we're going to press number 3. That'll start the script to decide what they do. And the only thing left to do is to rotate them down. And this could go bad because what happened last time is they rotated down and they hit the ground and they blew up. So I'm gonna watch really closely. If they get even close to the ground, I think I'm just gonna restart or like transition the ship so it doesn't blow up, because I don't want it to blow up again. So let's press 2. So engine's starting up. Press 1 to reverse them. Please, 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 please. Ooh, that back one's so close. Alright, and we've made it. They're all the way down. Then we're gonna relock them. Or have a lag spike, that too. Jesus. Space engineers. Alright, so we're going to lock the rotors, and now we're completely ready for takeoff. We just need to unlock our landing gears and get off the ground quick because that thing almost tried to keel over on us. So now we are flying. As you can see, what is going wrong there? On the right engine, apparently it touched the ground. As you can see, it's at a different angle than the others. That is not good, so I'm going to hold space and try and fix this really quick. I'm going to release the rotor lock and, rotate it back to its normal position. Okay, everything's good. Then we're going to relock it. Okay, I think that worked. So now all the engines are at 90 degrees. So you can see I'm having a troubling time of trying to fix this thing. But we can only kind of roughly hover, unstably hover in this mode. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to tilt the engines a little bit forward. So to do this, we unlock, reverse the engines, by to that about a 45 degree and relock them while our ship is wildly spinning. And then we can start pressing forward, and because we have inertial dampeners on, the script will automatically push down for us and keep us from hitting the ground. We're also going to randomly list to the left. So this is what I mean, it's not perfect. I'm not touching the mouse right now or trying to move the ship, and it is definitely going crazy. We're going to try and fly with it though. But yeah guys, that's basically the ship. That's pretty much all I have to say. And yeah. You can also, I've set the rotors up so that they do this, where all the engines are pointing backwards. There's different things you could do with this as far as that. You could change them so that, like maybe the front ones go forward. So you could actually have forward dampeners, because right now to land it you kind of have to reverse the engines, go like that, and then kind of like relock them, and your ship kind of pitches up and it's kind of awkward. So you could make it a little bit better. But yeah. When I put this on the workshop, that'll be up to you guys as far as what you do with it. It is kind of difficult to fly. This whole time I've been struggling to not crash. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, then go ahead and like it. If you want to see more like this, go ahead and subscribe. And for the comment section, I really need some comments, guys, some feedback on this ship, because I'm new. I don't know much, like I said in my last video. Any help that I can get is duly welcome, because, this game's kind of new for me. It'd be nice if you guys could give me some tips, whether you liked it or not. Alright, thank you guys so much, and until the next video, I will see you then.